All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Adrienne.
Good morning, SOTU.
So start us off, Adrienne. What are the 4 faces of success? And we will write them down.
No, they're making fun of me right off the bat.
Number 1.
Number 1 is, we'll say it's freedom.
Freedom. Oh, freedom. All right, and we'll examine what that means. And what's the second one? And these are in no particular order.
Love.
Love? You mean the type of love that you experience in your world?
No. Not largely, no.
No, it's kind of love that we're talking about is freely given and received in every moment. And that, too, is a complex subject, is it not?
It is.
All right. And so what's the third phase of success?
Beauty.
Beauty?
No, not...
You have to be pretty?
No, not cover girl beauty.
All right. We never would have thought about it in that sort of way. But, yes, what we were talking about is the beauty that shines from within when one is connected with one's realness, with one's identity, with one's divinity. All right. You've seen it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You might even have seen it in others. All right. And that fourth phase of success?
Is being able to have health, physicality, live a long and healthy life.
Longevity.
Yes.
Longevity. Being able to have it all. Oh, it seems like Buddy Holly had the rug pulled out from under him. It seems like many others have had the rugs pulled out from under them as well in these sorts of dynamics. It seems in your world you can allow yourself to have 3 of the 4, but something always seems to occur in your reality where the 4th is difficult, let us say, to attain and maintain.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it can flip back and forth between all the 4: freedom, love, beauty, and longevity.
And they're all faces of love. They're expressions of love, experiences of real love.
They're all expressions of love. As the channel said a little while ago, there is basically only 2 emotions, love and fear, if you break it down to the ultimate dynamic. But again, there are so many subheadings. There is so much complexity involved in that dynamic. Now, complexity as opposed to complication, complications do not have solutions.
Right.
Complications have a lot of loose ends. Energetically, complications are like tangled balls of yarn.
All right.
All right? But complexity, well, for one thing, your soul thrives on complexity, right? And in the dynamic of understanding the complexity of your world, you also begin to understand the patterns and the patternings of your world.
Yeah.
Right.
Which makes it easier to navigate.
Right. And here's the question for all of this. Can you allow yourself all 4 phases of success simultaneously? And what we're beginning to discover here, that might be a little more difficult than you think. Okay, and we're just on the money part. We're just on the freedom part.
Well, I've often thought through, because of our sister site, the Peace Genesis Project, which is more focused around that peace will come when everybody has at least enough to survive. That's the beginning step. Is that if you have enough to survive, then you have the freedom to explore and expand and find out more about who you are.
Yeah, but you have to have that safety and security first in order to do that. Now, will money buy you that safety and security? And the answer is it might.
It might. It might. But
if you live in an ivory tower.
Right.
Princess and princes of the world.
Yes, that's it. But it's in this world where we're being urged to grow and become more and reclaim our more loving nature. I think that's less and less the case.
No. That's absolutely correct. And isn't that a motivation?
Yes, to really look at the love face.
To really try to find some positive motivations behind that whole dynamic of freedom. We're not on love yet, but we're about to move into it.
Well, freedom then gives you the opportunity to have impact.
Freedom gives you the opportunity to have real love in your life, believe it or not. Because if you have safety and security, then you can come from a place of being enough and of seeking out a partner that is also enough and being able to have a synergistic relationship of love freely given and received in every moment. But, you know, in your world, there's very few examples of that, where you allow yourself in a one-on-one relationship to have both people in the, or however many people in the relationship, to all be powerful at the same time.
Yes.
To all be empowered. So let's look just briefly back at the freedom part of this dynamic and the money part of that. Is this energy attached to any chakra, do you think?
Freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would think perhaps second and fifth.
We would think base chakra.
Freedom, base chakra. Safety and security.
But courage? Self-sacrifice? Willingness to put yourself out there? Put yourself at risk? It's all base chakra stuff, isn't it?
Yes,
so
and that has
that whole wait for it. So that whole positive side of safety and security, that has to do with what?
A love of...
Love. It's motivation. The motivation
sure.
is love. It's not fear.
So are you suggesting that each of these four faces has a fear directional and a set of experiences and a love direction?
A fear that keeps you from expressing the true dynamic of love within the value system of that basic energy. And that's the only reason that we bring it to the chakras. Think about that for a moment. Okay, that's enough.
All right, freedom has to do with first chakra.
First chakra. Safety and security. You have that safety and security, it allows you to do almost anything else.
Right.
Within the concept of love. You mean one has to do with the other?
Well, one.
And where is that whole dynamic of love freely given and received?
Heart. Second chakra.
Hey, have you been in love?
Yes.
How do you feel when you're in love? We do. We mean that.
Well, there's a lot of different experiences, but I feel wonderful generally.
Yeah. And how does that express?
Much happier, more giving, more sensitive,
more giving, more receiving, more free, more peaceful, more safety, more security, more interaction, more trust, more connection with spirit.
More flow. The flow of energy of life just seems to go through myself.
All right. So do you think we've covered the dynamic of love enough?
Oh, probably not, but yes, we have.
Well, as far as this particular aspect of the subject goes.
Well, you're showing interrelatedness between
what we're showing
aspects.
is going to be an underlying fear that keeps you from having all four phases of success. We haven't really, we bring up the point that, if you have wealth, you have that dynamic of freedom. Well, something could happen and you could lose it. Mm-hmm. Right? If you have that dynamic of love, one or the other of you could do something stupid and you lose it.
Right.
Would it take much more than that?
No. Then
is it real love?
Well, the love is still there. You just don't have the experience
you just don't have
of
the
it.
trust. because love and trust go together, hand in hand.
All right.
Because what's the two dynamics around love that are ultimately...
Abandonment and betrayal.
Yeah, right. You know those well.
I do.
Right. Is love vulnerable?
There's a belief out there.
Sure is. There's another one.
There's a belief that love is vulnerable. Yes.
We provide our own sound effects.
But there is if I believe love is vulnerable, then I'll create that experience where I am abandoned or betrayed, perhaps, because
and you'll create it for yourself even if it doesn't occur. You will often, not you personally, but you in your world will, see, we let you off the hook. You in your world will often react in that sort of way.
Yes, I've heard comedians do bits about that, where usually it's the woman who doesn't trust the guy and he's done nothing, and it just becomes a...
But you've never experienced that, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I've been what we like to call wrong.
For you, dear one, this is old information, and so you understand the some of the intricacies, some of the complexities of the whole dynamic of movement that's being asked of you all as a humanity here. But so many out there in your world that will hear this in the future, this is all new material to them. This is all brand new stuff, is that there really is a dynamic of belief that stands in the way of allowing yourself to have it all, to create it all.
And then be able to keep it, to have it.
Right, and then have a long and healthy life, too.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah. So this is a dynamic of a movement. This is a dynamic of understanding the movement involved here. And that as your world moves more toward a place of becoming an advanced civilization, as you learn what real altruism is, as you learn what real safety is and real security, as you learn what real love is, we're only talking about the things that stand in your way right now. We're not even talking into the remedies. Because first we have to, with you all, identify those things that you believe that you might wish to reevaluate. And, as Adrienne said when she wrote the blurb for today, you have put locks on your experience. And it's time to open those locks and, what shall we say, give yourselves the opportunity to create more.